the content is simpler than the previous one, but the rules are a little more complicated than the one before. So I think if you can get the hang of the whole rules, you can do the task more quickly and accurately. As I said before, I want you to ask any questions during the time or after I show you how to do it. Yeah, so let's start this. Wait a minute. You get the guideline today or the day before today?
Yesterday.
Okay, I know. So first, when we open a task, it will automatically start playing. And after you listen it once, you can choose whether to discard or non-discard. And if it is because its task is all about some English sounds, all about the sounds. So if it is English sounds, it is normal English sounds, you can type the lyrics in here. Don't change this line. Don't change the content in this line. Okay, and you can start here. If it is right, you can just submit it. And if it is wrong, you can type it here, this line. So when we should discard it, first, obviously, if it is pure music, no lyric, or if it's someone, people just talking, not saying, we should discard. And we can say there are two special music types in this guideline. And if you come across these two types, you should just discard. And if the quality of this audio is very, very poor, you can not hear even one word of this song or this card. You can just discard it. But yeah. And if it is just background sounds, that means no. If the background sounds overlap with the foreground scene, and the background sound are clearly heard. So if you can hear two kinds of sounds at the same time, and the background sound is too loud and that you cannot hear the foreground sound, you discard it. And next, if the whole audio period is too short, that is less than 1 minute, you should discard. And if the if the part you cut, for example, when we can have some situations where you need to cut the whole audio, and if the part you choose, such as start and, as you can say, the part you choose become the color of it become deeper than the rest of it. So if this part is less than 1 minute, the rest of them should be cut out, and the part you choose here we can see is 1.2. It is okay. If it is less than 1 minute, here, sorry. then we should discard the whole audio. And of course, we can only transcribe English sounds. If it is French sounds or other languages, we should discard. And if in this audio the words are very are difficult and cannot be transcribed in the in corresponding lyric text, that means we should notice that English. Okay, if you come across some parts that mixed with Chinese and English, that of course you cannot understand the Chinese part, you can cut the English part out and transcribe it. But if the English part and the Chinese part are saying at the same time, you can just click here, deferment, and you can type anything and confirm. Then this audio will be returned to the task pool and will be done by other people. So if this audio you cannot be 100% sure about it, about the test, about the class, about how to cut it, you just click here, deferment, type anything, confirm. Okay. And if there are some people are saying at the same time and the lyrics are different in this time, and we should discard. And if it and the next is a very common one, because when I do the task, I come across it many times. So pay attention to it. If it is just a pure humming melody, just ah la 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 la, we should discard it. No lyrics, just some humming melody, discard. And how to deal with the echo. When the echo overlaps with the normal part, we should discard. But if the echo is very clear and not overlap with the normal same part, we should just transcribe it. And if someone is speaking while another one is saying at the same time, and the speaking voice can be clearly heard, just discard it. When you click here, discard, you don't need to change anything in this test. You just choose discard and submit. It is okay. So when we should click non-discard and transcribe it, if it is a very normal same part, and if somebody is talking while another one is saying at the same time, you heard the same part very clearly, and you think the same part is the main event, just you don't need to discard it, just transcribe it here. And and rap DJ are regarded as saying you can transcribe it normally. So it is the classification. Do you have any question of this part about the classification?
None, ma'am.
Me,
None.
Vivian.
Mm-hmm.
A while ago, you just said about. I just want to clarify a thing a while
Mm-hmm.
ago because it's you said that if we intercept um less than 1 second,
Mm-hmm.
it's a discard, right?
Yeah.
All right. What you have said a while ago, just for clarification, you've said it's like 1 minute. It must be 1 second so that they cannot be confused.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's that's fine.
Uh-huh.
And it's just okay with you. I just want to add some tips with our
Mm-hmm.
colleagues here
Mm-hmm.
for those categories for the new project about non-discarded.
Mm-hmm.
The audio file is played normally, so that's a non-discard. Then, if the content of the audio must be defined as singing, when the speaker in the audio file is both singing and talking, then you understand it as that the singing part gives more impact in the audio file, then you can define it as singing. So the category of it will be non-discard.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, about the target language, I just want to clarify it. So target language means the audio file has pure English
Mm-hmm.
or mixed Chinese English,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it means that if the audio file can be heard clearly and it is a target language,
Mm-hmm.
so meaning target language, pure English and mixed
Mm-hmm.
Chinese English, that's a
Mm-hmm.
non-discard. We can normally label it or modify it from the text box,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So other than that, I think rap and BG are, it's kind of easy to transcribe, and of course, it's a non-discard category. Other
Mm.
than that, I think the discard one from number 11, like that, if an audio file about the
Mm.
echo one,
Mm-mm.
if
Yeah.
an audio file has an echo, yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
if it overlaps with the singer, it is a
Mm-hmm.
discard file. So, this is a big note for everybody that if the echo does not purely overlap the singer, then define it as a non-discard and label or modify the lyrics normally from the text box. And I think everything is clear. Other than that, just a reminder for everybody again that it's a big, it's like a golden rule for this. There is no need to do an interception from the audio file, and also there is no need to label or modify text from the text box after selecting discard button. Is that right, Miss Vivian?
Uh, I I didn't catch you. Uh, you just ask one question.
Yeah.
It's about
Actually,
the
not a
echo.
question. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, no. It's just a clarification about a while ago
Mm-hmm.
when you said that 1 minute it must be 1 second, so that our colleagues will not be confused with that if they
No,
intercept. Yeah. The question is about the echo.
mm-hmm.
Um, if it's overlap, if the echo does not purely overlap the singer, then it will be defined as a non-discard, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's not purely overlap the singer, it means that there are some um, uh, we can still intercept, and then we can just label and modify the lyrics normally.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, any questions? Any additional questions? Jenny?
Yes.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's I about the because you mentioned if the audio is less than a minute,
Mm.
we should discard it. But
Yeah.
Sir Lawi just informed us that if the audio is less than a second,
Mm-hmm.
that's the time we discard it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. And about the Chinese and English, if the Chinese words are clear but we cannot understand it, we can use the deferment so that the
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
the other agents who can do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So,
I think we don't have,
um,
yeah. I think we
it,
don't have any questions. Yes. Thank you so much, Miss Vivian.
okay. Okay. So if the whole audio, that I mean, this whole part that is here, if the whole audio is less than 1 second, no matter the no matter with the content, you just discard it.
Okay.
Okay. Wait a minute. So we come to the next part, and it is. Let me find the file. Oh, okay. And it's about the intercept. Mm, uh, so let's do it this way. You have already studied the whole guideline, okay, right?
Yep.
So,
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir.
yes. So about the interception, do you have any questions?
No.
So far, everything is clear, I guess,
Yes.
about the interception. Actually,
Okay.
I tried to modify the intercept one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like number one is
Mm.
only the valid audio file must be intercepted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the second part is that if the audio file has a singer and another
Mm-hmm.
person is speaking and overlaps the singer,
Mm.
what you have to do is just intercept the clear words of the singing part of the singer.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
If there is no part to be intercepted, then it is already a discard file.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Then number three, um, if the first half of the audio file is blurred and the second half can be heard, like I'm singing and then Vivian also sings for the second
Mm-hmm.
part. All you have to do is just intercept the second half. It's like
Mm.
the first segment should be remained.
Um.
Yeah. And
I think the translation
yeah, can you
has because the translated version is not made by me. So
oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. So
Perhaps
I
you
think
can just, yeah.
I think it is a
Mm-hmm.
little confusing.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, maybe. Yeah, interception. So the first and the second. Yeah, 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 yeah. You understand it right. And the third one. If the interplay is less than 3 seconds, you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything about the interception. If the pure music part exists in the beginning or at the end of the whole audio, you need to cut them out. And if the interplay in the middle of the whole audio is more than 3 seconds, you just you just intercept the part before the interplay and transcribe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the fourth one, um, if the middle part should be cut out, but the part before and after this cutted out part is right, can be described. We just need to choose the part before the middle part. You can understand me? Because when we do a task, we can only choose one part. So if here to here, we need to cut out, and then we have two parts left, right? And then we should choose this one, this part. It's like here and here. Choose this part to transcribe it. Okay. And the next one. Yeah. It is. If you choose this one, you need to write the lyrics of this part, not other parts. That's the next one means. And the target language is just for you is just pure English. So if the whole audio is mixed up with both pure English and other languages, you need to cut out the pure English part and do the transcription. And if the next one, if somebody is saying while another one is saying is talking, and but it is not exist during the whole audio, you just need to cut out the first saying part, which is clearly, and the speaking voice is smaller than the saying voice. Okay.
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 So no problem.
No problem. I'm so sorry. I just want to say sorry for everybody because I hopped to the last segment of the audio intercept file. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So we come to the dictation part. As we can see here, it is the singer, the name of the singer, and the name of the song. If you cannot be sure about the lyric, you can just Google it and find the corresponding part and copy it here. But you should be very careful while doing it, because sometimes the song is not the song you hear is not the official version, and the singer may change a few words of this lyric. So when you googled out the lyric and you copy it here, make sure that it is exactly what the singer is saying. And don't do anything to this part. And if you come across with this, it is in the lyric and the name of the singer and the song in the same line. You don't need to do this. You can just write it as it is. Okay. And
I have a question, Vivian.
yeah.
In every task that we're going to do, are we going to place this one, the one in the bracket, song artist and song name?
When you open a new task, it is automatically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
And about the space, as we all know, every two English words needs one space, right? So and yeah, about the space you can just ignore it um because you don't have to change between the English words and Chinese characters, so this part you can just ignore it. And about the punctuation marks, we only use these two marks, such as I am, less, and well known, this one. And we don't need to type any other punctuations. And you should pay attention to this one, these two. At you need to type at, and you need to type and dot if it is sent as dot, you need to write dot, not the punctuation mark dot, not this one. And if you hear any numbers, you need to write. You should not write this. You should write this. Yeah, and about the about the model was, if you hear such as if you hear la r, you need to type 3r. The numbers of the model was you type should be exactly the number of the words the sender is saying. And if the humming or chanting part exists in the beginning or at the end of this part, you need to cut them out, just like the pure music. It's the same. And if it exists in the middle, and if it is less than 3 seconds, if it overlaps with the front ground part voice, and you can hear the front ground voice very clearly, you cannot you can choose not to transcribe the humming part. But if it is but if that because of those humming parts or chanting parts that you cannot hear the main event, that is means the what the singer is saying, you should cut them out, and you should choose the clearly singing part and transcribe it. And if it is and if it is just in the middle of the audio and it overlaps with nothing, you should transcribe it and remember the numbers. Make sure the numbers are right. And if it is more than 3 seconds, it is it's the same with the interception part. That is, if it is more than 3 seconds, we just need to choose the part before this middle part and transcribe. Yeah. And about the laughters, let me see. If about laughters and cry, If it is less than 3 minutes, just ignore it. And if it exists in the middle of the part of the audio and it's more than 3 seconds, just choose the part before it and transcribe. And it is the same with the coughing. Yeah. And about this one is very special. Sometimes some voice have been, the length of some voice has been is longer than the usual one, and you don't need to type. You don't need to write it as the sentence saying. You just need to write the normal or corresponding word. It is okay. And if you type this one, it is wrong. Okay. And about the yeah, and sometimes the first word or the last word of the whole audio is not a whole word. But if you can know what the word is by how to say, if the word is incomplete, but you can know it by googling the lyric, or just you can clearly hear it, but it is not complete. You can type it here. But if you are not sure about the right word, you just cut these words out. And sometimes you cannot be sure about the lyric because there are so many words that have the similar sound. You can choose one that you think is right. And if it is dear, but the right lyric is this one, it is okay. It's not wrong. And if the sentence sense I am going to, you cannot write this version. And if it say I'm gonna to, you cannot write I'm going to. That means you need to type exactly what the sentence is saying. And pay attention to the abbreviations, because if the sentence saying how to say, yeah, if it is Mr., if the sentence is saying Mr., we cannot write this one. We need to write the whole word Mr. Okay, pay attention to it. It's very important. The first one is wrong. You need to write the whole word. And pay attention to the punctuation. Only this is right. Any other forms such as this one, this one, this one, they are all wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
About and about the About accent, I think you can how to say about the accent if it is if you can understand, you can just transcribe it. But if you are not sure about the exact words, you can deferment. You can click deferment. Um, and and in some accents, such as this example, thank you, thank you. We need to write the official version. That is this one. Except the except this one. Okay. And the boss, if it is if the sentence is in boss, but it should be boss, then you should type bus, B-U-S. You just transcribe those lyrics according to the official standard English was. Okay. Yeah, if I say glue and paper, if it is glue tape paper, it is actually it should be an and in between. So type the and, not some words you create according to the accent or the audio. Okay. Do not create any words that don't exist. And about the letter, you should pay attention that the I should be capitalized, but other and the name of people, the first letter should be capitalized, and other was capitalized or not capitalized, and both okay. But the name, pay attention to the name of people, of places, of city, of companies, of books. Of companies, not books, of companies. In these three conditions, the first letter of the word should be capitalized. No, not be capitalized. Should be typed as we normally write. This one should be wrong. Should be Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. Sorry. So about the background voice, how to say? If someone is saying at the beginning, and then you hear another song, but the song is but the voice of the song is lower than the man saying the main song, then the voice you hear later is the background noise, and is a background voice. And if the background voice exists in the beginning or the end of this audio, you just cut them out. It is just like the pure music rule and the humming and chanting part. But if it is in the middle and the background voice cannot be heard clearly, you can just transcribe the main sound, But if the background voice can be clearly heard, you just enter this background voice is in the middle of the whole audio. You just cut out the part before this one, which have an unclear background voice. And if the whole part, and if the parts except for the middle one, the song is just mixed up with the background voice and cannot be clearly heard, you can discard the whole audio. And the next one is about the length of this background voice. If the background voice is just doesn't mix up with the main sound and less than 3 seconds and can be clearly heard, you can just transcribe it. But if it cannot be clearly heard, you can just you don't have to cut it out. You just leave it alone and transcribe the main sound. But if it is longer than 3 seconds, you just it is the same with the pure music part, the rules, and the humming chanting parts. Okay. So do you have any questions about this part?
It's all clear.
Yeah.
Okay. And
None
the
so
next.
far, Miss Vivian.
Okay, and the next part you don't have to consider it because it's the quality inspection people should do. So that's all. Oh, wait a minute. And some new rules. There are 2 new rules. Wait a minute.
Okay.
It is about the background voice. If the overlapping part is less than 1.5 seconds, you can transcribe the. You can just ignore the background voice. 1.5 seconds, and in the old version. Here, wait a minute. Background, yeah, here. Yeah, here. If the background sound, if a background sound can be heard clearly, gosh. If the background sound can be heard clearly and the overlapping part is less than 1.5 seconds, you can ignore the background sound. Okay. Yeah. And sometimes the official version of the lyrics, in the official version of the lyric, some words, it's like looking, it is written as this one. Those words are right. Those versions are right, but you should better write the whole word looking. Avoid this. This version, this word. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And
Mhm.
most part of it's just like
Mhm.
rap or yeah, most songs that has that kind of spelling is those rap songs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Rap songs.
Yep.
Uh. Uh. What rap songs? What?
I mean the perfect spelling for looking and
Mm.
the other one which is looking.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I get it.
Then we just have to follow the perfect one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
that one. Looking.
yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Hmm. So that's the whole rules. And you have another questions?
So far, I think you have delivered it very perfect, Miss
Okay.
Vivian. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
So if you have other questions while you're doing the task, you can ask me in time. Mhm.
yeah, I think that's the most thing we can do is that if we apply the guidelines, everything you teach at this very moment,
Mhm.
it is the time those questions will pop out.
Okay. Okay. Is the translated version of the guideline okay for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Especially when you teach everything of it, every piece of it, and
okay,
personally, I really
okay.
appreciate you. I really appreciate everything. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, you're welcome. So, uh, that's the training today. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Okay,
thank you
okay.
so much,
Take,
Vivian.
take care of
Well, you're
yourself.
welcome.
Thank you,
Okay,
Take care of
okay.
yourself.
ma'am.
Take care of yourself too.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay,
Have a good
bye.
day. Bye bye.
Yeah, yeah. Bye. Thank you. Bye.